Viewers, apologize. I'm continue. Viewers, apologize. I'm continue.
Some celebs pull up loco. You know we are next, pull up mopo. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud. Can't touch down.
Yes, my people, big up yourself, big up the whole metric community. Smash the likes on your way in, man. You know, we're always here every day, just like we was yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. We're always here. So let's get it, man. Make sure you lot are smashing them likes and let me know what you think in the chat. We're going to get into everything. There's a lot of transfer talks going around. There's a lot of talks about manager situations. Man United have made contact with Baleba. We're still in for him, this geezer. We're not giving up. So there's loads going on. The boy Bruno Fernandes is still out here breaking records left, right, and center. It's getting boring. Yeah? But we're going to get into it, my people. Don't watch nothing. Make sure you smash the likes, man. Don't drink that haterade, man. Support the channel. Let's get it. So cool, man. We kick it off here anyway. We'll kick it off with the boy Baleba. This one's a crazy one because this geezer, it's my guy. Yeah? I can't wait for us to get him. I feel like we're going to get him regardless because you got to remember, there was a lot of people that we have been linked with. Anderson, Wharton, all these guys, they want Champions League. Baleba said, you lot finish 15th. I don't care. I want to come there. And this came out the other day. Look at this. Brighton apparently reduced their price. It came out literally yesterday. Brighton have reduced their price. The 70 million is what they want now, which is a bit crazy when you think about it. I think 70 million is a bit mad. It should be less than that. Because if we got Anthony and we bought him for 85 million, we can only sell him for 22 million. Why can someone else come and buy him for 50 million? Because he's had one bad season. You know what I'm saying? So my situation is, I feel like that's a bit too much anyway. 60 million is a bit, you know what? Even that's a little bit pushing it, but it can work. 70 million is a bit mad. But still, it's better than 100 million. At least they're not being deluded. Because they were trying to play this game at first, saying, we don't even want to sell him. We're going to sell him in 2027. We don't even want to sell him. They're trying to be smart. Brighton's a selling club, so they're trying to be smart and see, we don't want to sell him. So if you do come for him, make sure you pay over the odds. But, bro, I can't see it happening. I can't see us paying anything over 65, 60 million. So that's come out, obviously, about Baleba yesterday, that, yep, the price has dropped. So that was already a little boost on Baleba. All right, cool. The price has dropped, not too bad. We're cool with that. And then we had the boy Sully. When you listen, let me tell you a lot about Sully. He don't come out and say anything for no sort of money. He just breaks newses and keeps it moving. That's what Sully's about. He's a news breaker and then he just skips out. He don't come here. He don't want money. He don't want to tweet and get paid. He just breaks the news and runs. That's all he does. Man United have held talks with Baleba's agents as early as last month. The club's still rating him highly. Despite recent forms, he's still up there. We're still rating Baleba. He's still on the list as the midfielders. Obviously, there's all these talks about Anderson might be going to City, etc. Like I said, Wharton wants, it's a little race with Liverpool, if Liverpool make Champions League or not. But we're still in there for Baleba. But like I said, I've always rated Baleba, but I've always said not over 70 million. That's it. That's my thing. Don't go over 70 million and I'm cool. So that's the situation with Baleba. Obviously, he's been hooked the most times this season from a player. I don't think any player has been hooked at halftime more than Baleba. So he's had it rough. But then again, I don't think Hurstler really rates him anyway. I think Hurstler's just playing him because Brighton's telling him, yo, we need to sell this guy. So make sure you keep playing him. But when you actually look at him himself, I don't think he's You get me? Look at that. He's in the oranges. He's not in the greens. He's not in the blues. He's in the oranges. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at him, like this is AFCON. He was doing his thing, but he was getting hooked a lot. Let's go from the start of the season. The season started here. 24th of April. No, 16th of April was when the season started. Look at that. He got hooked at half-time of Everton. 45 minutes. 45 minutes against Spurs. Yeah, hooked. Move on. Wolves. They were losing 1-0. We got hooked. That's 3 times already. I've already told you lot. We move on. This is AFCON. I'm not going to count DR Congo. Brentford. He got hooked at half-time again. That's 4 times he's been hooked. This is AFCON again. That's AFCON again. I'm not going to count that, etc. But this guy has been hooked a lot of times at half-time. So I don't know what's going on with him, man. But you can see the potential. He's still young. He had a breakout season where he was lit last season. This season, he's going to be... Maybe that's helped us. Because if we went out there and spent 100 million and he started acting like he's acting now, they would have said the Man United curse, he can't handle the pressure, blah, blah, blah. This is what they all do. They go to Man. Imagine that. Imagine we won the Champions League and we got Baleba for 100 mil, got Gyökeres and Delap. Bro, we would have, Ineos would have had, we would have wanted their head on a stick. A lot of people don't want them already here. But imagine then, we would have been going through what Clear Lake is going through. Look at what you've got and recruited, etc. Imagine that. Delap, Gyökeres, Garnacho might have stayed because we would have had Champions League. Bro. And then Baleba would have come and had the season he had this season with Brighton, with us. Mental. We would have sat there. Ineos would have been incompetent. Everyone would have went mad, etc. So it's kind of happened in a good way, the way it's happened. All he's doing is dropping his price. Like I said, there's talks that he's going to be 70 million. I don't know how true that is. Obviously, there's been talks about this 70 million from ages. This is not nothing new, this 70 million talk. It's been come out from early. From Bayern Munich came in the race at one stage, and they were trying to get involved, and they were saying, you know what, we've heard it's 74 million. We're not even going to bother going out there and paying it. So I don't know, but we'll see what happens, man. We'll see if we're really going to go in there. We've made contact. Sully don't really lie. When he says something, more or less is true. If he's saying that we've made content again, then we've made content again. Content. We've made contact. I said content. I've gone mad. Content creator stuff's getting to my head. Yeah, if you say we made contact again, then we've made contact. That's all I'm going to say. So we'll see. Fabrizio Romano let us know this in November. Man United see Baleba as a priority target in 2026. Obviously, since then, it's kind of changed. You've been seeing more Anderson, blah, blah, blah. But this came out in November, that he's still going to be the priority target in 2026. He's one to watch, blah, blah, blah. This is when the price dropped a bit, 74 million. Bayern Munich tried to get involved because Goretzka's leaving. So they said, we need someone in there that can step in, but they don't pay them certain money there. They're not on all of that. So they don't pay that sort of money. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's gonna happen, man. But like I said, Beliebers, look, they tried to put that out there. Their plan is not to sell him until 2027. So basically, if you come in for Baleba now, before we want to sell him, you've got to overpay because we don't even want to sell him. So they're trying to do mind games on us. You see what I'm trying to say? This is what they've been doing. But his price has been dropped, as I'm trying to say. They've been saying 100 million. Where's the article? There's an article here that's going to tell you, look at that. This is the Brighton aggregate page. Nothing to do with us. Brighton. This is just them talking to their fans about targets and their players for sale. Real Madrid have been tracking Baleba. His starting price is at 75 million. So that's when it got dropped in January. There was like 75. There was little reports coming out about that. That was one source. There's more sources, which you're going to see in a minute, that his price was kind of dropped. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going to happen, man, if it's really true or not. But like I said, right now, the talks is that we have made contact with his agents again. Remember, we already agreed personal terms with him last season. So it shouldn't be a problem trying to do it again, because we already kind of did last season. We agreed personal terms already. So there's no issue whatsoever. So Baleba's there, man. I think Baleba comes. My personal view is Baleba comes regardless, because you got to remember this. He wanted to come when we finished 15th. He's got a bond with Lenny Euro, when Manchester United, and Mbeumo and Onana was there. That's like he's over the bros. So I think he personally wanted to come anyway. He wants to come. So I think that's the easiest deal out of all of them. Anderson, there's talks about him wanting Champions League. And obviously City seems like they're more in for him the most, and they're going to get him. Wharton, he wants Champions League, and we're in a race with Wharton, with Liverpool. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Look at this. Let me just remind you, lot, on the 7th of March, Man United have to qualify for the Champions League if they are to have any chance of signing Elliot Anderson or Wharton. Anderson is of interest to United, but City are front runners. Like I said to you lot, you got to remember what the little model is now as well. We want players that want to play for Man United. You want to come and play, we're going to take you with us. So Baleba's showing, I want to go there. Brighton finished ahead of us, bro. Brighton finished ahead of us. He could have sat there and said, nah, bro, that project ain't going nowhere. But you saw Cunha, you saw Mbuno, them man made it through. So he said, you know what? I want to go over there. He wasn't on this Champions League thing. Delap said, I want Champions League football. Gyökeres said, I want Champions League football. Sesko said, it's fine. I want to play for Man United. And that's the players that we want. So I don't think we get Anderson anyway. Anderson, I think he goes to City. I think that's more or less done. Wharton, I'm not too sure if they want Wharton. I feel like they're going for more pace and power. You know what I'm saying? Like Tonali's got a bit of pace and power and with the jewels. And then you got someone like Baleba, same thing. Wharton is a bit more better if you're playing forward and etc. You're getting the ball forward and you can pass and all of that. But I don't know if they'll go for him. But that is what's going on, bro. So let me know what you're not thinking in the chat, man, about this. But we've spoken to Baleba's agents again. I think this one's more or less going to get wrapped. It's probably going to be one of our first signings. It's just about the price. That's all it is. If they drop that 100 million that they were asking for, because there's talks now that it's 70 million, I reckon it's more or less done. Literally. But if they don't drop that money there and they keep saying, oh, he's not for sale, we're going to sell him in 2027 and all of that, that's where it gets a bit sticky. And look at that, Muppeteers as well. Big him up. He comes out with some news sometimes. And he's obviously put the thumbs up on Sully's news and said, as I've maintained recently, United continue to keep a strong interest in the situation around Baleba with a belief there's still a very good player in there, but that Brighton price to reflect. That Brighton price must come down, basically, his current role for them, because they're saying 70 million probably now, and they're on some. We don't want to sell him. So if you want him, you better come here and overpay. That's what they're probably coming with. You better come here and overpay if you want him, because we don't even want to sell him. So that's what they're on. They're trying to play a game. Remember, Brighton is a selling club. This is what they do for a living. They sell. They get players for cheap, and then they sell it on. That's their whole model. So they're going to know how to bamboozle you the most. So they want as much money as they can. He was an £100 million player. They're never going to get that again. So it's like, all right, what can we get from them? Now they've dropped it to 70 million. Even that's too much, because the season he's having, you're hooking him at half-time 4 times. No one in the whole league has been hooked at half-time more than 4 times. Nobody. He's broke the record for getting hooked, but I just don't think Hurstler rates him too much. But that's the situation with Baleba, man. So we'll see what happens, man. But obviously, if Baleba isn't in there, then we've got this breaking news. Look at the time on that, 4:24, not even 9 minutes ago. Graham Bailey's come out and said Man United and Liverpool are on high alert on Eduardo Camavinga. 9 minutes ago, peoples. So, boy, what's going on here? We're only getting linked with ballers. Even if this turns out not to be true, it's just lovely to see who we're getting linked with. This is one thing about Ineos we all got to give them credit for. We only get linked with ballers. And everyone looks at our market last season and we didn't have Champions League. The players that we were getting is crazy. Imagine this year with Champions League now. Hopefully we get it, of course. But we're pushing. We've got one foot in it. We're laughing, man. Agents have started informing clubs that Real Madrid midfielder could be available for around 40 million. So talks about Camavinga came out not too long ago, a few days back. But a lot of people keep talking about his injury record, which is here. This is why I'm not sure. There's probably a reason Real Madrid are willing to let him go. He's only 23. Look at his injury record. This is where it gets a bit peak. You know what I'm saying? Just look at 2025 to 26 of this season alone. That's 37 days, 12 days, 11 days. Bro, that's 60 days missing. Come on, bro. This is crazy. He's been missing for nearly, 60 days. So this is what we're dealing with. 60 days just this season. 60 days. Obviously, it could have been a time where the international break was going on, etc. But, bro, look at that. What's that? 11 games missed just this season alone. Then we talk about last season, and look how much time is it? 45 days, 75 days, 22, 17. Bro, he missed over, 23? He missed over 30 games last season. And then the season before that, he had 2 injuries, missed 10 games. Bro, I don't know, man. This is what I'm saying. This is, you know, Real Madrid, they done us. Oh, I could have just looked at the bottom. I'm mad. Look at that. 60 days at the bottom. 60 days, 3 injuries, 11 games missed. 2024 to 25, 33 games missed, 10 games in the year before that. He keeps missing games. Look at that. That's Mason Mount, Luke Shaw. That's what we're dealing with right now. That's the same thing. So I don't know about Camavinga, man. We keep getting linked with him. Something came out the other day as well and said the same thing. Camavinga, he's only for sale for 45 million euros or something. So they're just trying to get a little bit of their money. Remember, they bought him for 30 million euros. So they're still trying to make a little drink, as you can see. Look, Real Madrid will consider offers for Camavinga, £45 million. Matteo Moretto works with Fabrizio Romano. So that's basically from Fabrizio. So it's solidified. So they're just letting everyone know, yo, he's for sale, you know. But look how much, when you look at his injury record, bro, that looks mad. This is where it gets a bit techie. I wouldn't take him because I'm not, what is the point of getting someone, especially us having 3 games every 3 days, and my man's records like this? You're going to have to look after him. You're going to literally have to look after him, baby him, give him 60 minutes, take him off. You know what I'm trying to say? Give him 30 minutes that game. And this is why he's probably not starting every game. Tchouaméni's been starting all the games. So this is the situation for it. I don't know, man. It's a weird one, man. But this record is crazy, though. I'll be real. This is crazy. And if you look at the bottom, you could just see all the days that he's out and all the games. I tried to add it up myself like I'm a mathematician, but it is where it is. 11 games is mental, bro. Especially if we're trying to win something. And you're our main midfielder. Imagine that. Our main midfielder, Camavinga, and he's out for 11 games. And then he comes back, and then he's out for 33 games. Like, brother, man ain't got time for that. We've had Mason Mount, we've had Luke Shaw, we've had Martial, we had Varane at one stage doing the same shit. We've had these sort of players. Every team does have them players, but you've got to kind of get rid of them. So the last thing you want to do is bring him in, knowing that he's got this problem already, and then we've got to deal with it. It's our problem now. You know what I'm saying? 45 million down the drain. Come on, bro. I like Camavinga as well, but I don't know. Because of this injury record, I'm not really too sure. So that's the situation. If it's not Baleba, there's talks about Camavinga, so he could be an option, of course. And then obviously I'll show you the other midfielders, but I don't know, man. Liverpool, I can't see Liverpool going in for him. 40 million euros, 45 million euros, whatever it's going to be, 50 million euros. It sounds like a good deal. And maybe, let me tell you something. Obviously, we're in for 2 midfielders. So let's say this hypothetically. We went out there and got what? Anderson. We're not going to get Anderson, but let's just say we did. We got Anderson, and then we got Baleba. Yeah? We got Baleba and Anderson. We sold Ugarte, and then there was a spot there to go and get a third guy because we got Champions League. We need as much midfield as we can get. Maybe you can get someone like Camavinga to say, yeah, cool, come true. And then we'll manage your minutes, and then we can all... There's no drop-off. That's when we're trying to come out here and be on our city bag where the depth is crazy. And that's what Man United fans have to adapt. We haven't got that mentality yet where we've got depth. We've always had a team, not when I say always, I mean in the last 10 years, whatever. We've always had a team where we know our 11, that's it. Before that, when you had Van Persie's and Van Nistelrooy's and Ronaldo and all of these guys, when you got 3-4 strikers that are all dilly, you don't know who you're going to play. And man are coming off the bench and everyone's as good as each other. We don't have that anymore. Everyone's getting upset now. Oh, Ahmad's not starting. Oh, Sesko, where's Ahmad going to play? People are talking about when we get the midfielders, where's Mainu going to play? Who cares? We need depth. Get the depth in and then we sort it out. Everyone can get their minutes. We've got 4 competitions. It doesn't matter. But people are on some, we don't need to get someone that's on Mainu's level or better than him because it's gonna hamper Mainu's progression. Bro, forget all that. We just need depth. You look at Man City and that Foden don't even start like that anymore. Who cares? You think they care when they're lifting the trophies or whatnot? Come on, man. It is what it is. So let's just go out there and get it. But that's the only way I can see us getting Camavinga is if he's the 3rd midfielder, not if he's the 1st, not if he's the 2nd. But that is very, very concerning. I'll be real. Yeah, you're missing too many games, big man. But he's a good player, though. He's a good player. We'll get into the rest of the thing. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. If you're in here, man, you know we're always here every day. Let's get it, man. Look at this now. This has just come out about Rashford. I don't know how true this is. But to ease immediate financial pressure, one option Barcelona are considering is extending Marcus Rashford's loan. I've seen this already. I think Ben Jacobs came out and said this already, that they're trying to basically use up. Barcelona is just broke. Let's just keep it 100%. Broke alone is what we should be calling them for real. They're so broke that what they're trying to do is either get some mad deal where they can pay less, which is already crazy because we've done them the maddest deal in the world. We said, yo, take him on a free. And when you take him on a free, if you want to buy him, just pay the 30 million and it's cool. Now they're coming with some next stuff. Look, they want installments, free 10 million euros, which is cool. Everyone does installments, but they're on a different thing, man. They just ain't got money, bruv. And they're trying to make every excuse under the book. They got the presidential stuff going on. We don't know who's going to be the president of the club. Look, we've got all of this. Uncertainties tied to finances and politics. Like, bro, we are not on all that. We're already regretting even giving you the option to get him for 30 million euros. We're already regretting that. There's reports already coming out saying Rashford, we are vexed. Remember, he's agreed personal terms with them. They've got a full agreement. He's agreed personal terms. It's just about them making the 30 million pound payment. That's all it is. But like I said, look at that. We're already vexed. Man United Chiefs are regretting their decision to sell Rashford on the cheap. We're sitting there saying, bro, this guy's got over 20 GA in that donkey league. We should have put 50 million on him. Literally. So we're already vexed. There's no way we're sitting over there and giving bro Kelowna another deal to say, you know what, bro? Yeah, take another loan. Nah, brother. Give us the money or he's going home. It's simple as that. So this is back to this article. Graham Bailey's come out and said it. They're trying to get a different loan. But Fabrizio Romano, who is one of the most reliable, is literally saying this. Look at this. Barcelona making progress. Obviously, they've already made progress. This was on February the 24th. And he said, if you want Rashford, pay the 30 million euros or he's not joining. Simple. There's no negotiation. And that's why you got to rate them. When it was the Glazers, them and there was just anything to get a deal over. Anything. Now, they're making it clear. They're on some Omar Barada's on some stern thing. Brother, we gave you the loan for free. No pay. Just sort out what you got to sort out with Rashford, with your money-wise. We're not going to charge you for the loan fee. But if you want Rashford to buy him, it's 30 million. They shaked on it. Rashford's gone there on loan. He's done his year. Now they're trying to drop the price because they got presidential stuff. If you want Rashford, pay the 30 million euros or the player's not joining. Simple as that. We already regretting the fact that we've even let it go for that low, which is crazy for us. So we'll let it go like that, man. That's the situation with Rashford. Fabrizio's already came out. And the last thing Fabrizio said is we're more or less going to get 80 million euros for Rashford and Højlund, as you can see from here. Man United are convinced they will 80 million from Højlund and Rashford deals. Barcelona have an agreement with Rashford. After next week, talks with United will take place to complete the deal. This was on the 13th of March, so that could be this week or maybe early next week, them talks start. But we're convinced we're going to get 80 million euros, and that's going straight to the transfers, bro. Cheers. Højlund, cheers. Rashford, cheers. Højlund, all he's got to do is finish in the get Champions League. And I think they're in a good position to get Champions League at this moment. So as long as he gets Champions League with Napoli, that gets automatically done. But even if he doesn't get Champions League, they've already came out and basically said, yeah, we don't mind. We're gonna get him anyway. So look at them. Champions League, the fifth. Where's fifth? So they're 6 points clear. They're in the same position as us with Chelsea, basically. The third, they're 6 points clear from fifth, etc. So hopefully, man, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But they've already come out. The president's already come out and said, we're happy with Højlund. He can stay. We're cool. So we'll see what happens with that situation. But that's the situation with Rashford. Just to give a little update, because obviously this article's come out talking about loan, but there's not going to be no loan. Yeah, we want our money. We've already, you know, when you've already spent the money, you've got a deal, you've got to wrap up. In your head, you've already spent the money. We know what we're buying with this 80 million. So you're not even coming back here. It's not happening. So it is where it is. So let me show you like this now. Man United are planning to sign a new left back this summer. We're not convinced with this Luke Shaw geezer. Yeah, we're like, no, we're not convinced with him. Obviously, we're on course to get into Europe. The club's hierarchy have doubts over Luke Shaw's physical ability to play more games. So remember, he started every game this season, which is very, very, very mad. Because Luke Shaw is a man that was going down left, right, and centre. Now, he's actually started every game this season, which is good on him. I've got to respect him for that. Because you would never, ever put that next to Luke Shaw's even name, that he could start every game. He barely used to start a game. Never mind start every game. But We'll see, man. Obviously, Luke Shaw's in his last year. This picture gives me PTSD, man. It might give you lots some PTSD as well. I hate looking at this picture because I hate it. It's such a bad day for us. But this has come out from Samuel Locker saying, listen, Dorgu's a left back by trade, but United might use him as a winger. And then they can instead invest in a new left back. Luke Shaw is out of contract next year, and there are doubts whether he'll be able to contend with a more taxing schedule next season, with United backing things. So that's two different people that's come out. So that's Samuel Lockhurst and that's Alex Crook. Both of them have come out and said the same thing. Man United are not convinced with him. They want a left back, etc. So obviously I've had to show you like that so that we can go into the next one where you can understand. Because there's talks about us looking at left backs. No one knows who the left backs are, of course. But we've been linked with this geezer today now. Look at this shoe. Nathaniel Brown. Sport Bowd is very good for German news. Bowd. They were very good when it came to Sesko stuff. Delit, Maserati. They get it quick because they're in Germany. This geezer, we've been linked with him for a minute, but the prices I keep seeing with him is just crazy. I just don't. I'm looking at his comps. His comps are not even looking like that. And I don't even take comps serious because everyone's got their best bits. Onana's got comps. Højlund's got comps. Every single player, Dalot will have a good comp. So I don't really take comps serious. But even in the comp, you have to be looking at least amazing. But look at this. Man United are in the mix for Nathaniel Brown this summer. Frankfurt are open to sales of 60 million euros, looking to generate funds, with United already sending scouts to view him as a long-term left-back option. The high price could be a major factor depending on the priorities in the rebuild. So we might not even go for him because of that price. But that's Nathaniel Brown, his name is. We've been linked with him a few times. Like I said, it's not the first time we've been linked with him. So I don't know, man, if there's something actually in there. It might just be a situation where we're scouting him. Remember, when you're scouting someone, all you got to do is get seen. Your scouts need to get seen in the stadium. So, oh my God, Man United scouts are here. All right, cool, bam. And then that's a story you lot can go out there and talk about. It might not even be anything. It could just be we watched them a few, 4 times and then everyone's going mad. But look at this now. Look how far it goes back though. November 15th, 2025. Left back Nathaniel Brown is on Man United's radar. So that's 2025, yeah? November. December the 1st, Real Madrid are looking at him. Barcelona are looking at him, and also Man United. This is Germany news. Nothing to do with us. Remember, Frankfurt is in Germany, so they're going to know what's going on. So that's December. It's come out again. Then this came out on the 28th of December. Man United are monitoring him. Standard Sport. So there's been loads of links linking us to this geezer. 29th of January, Graham Bailey. Man United have stepped up to watch him. Man United. You know what I'm trying to say? So there's a lot of links about him. So it might be something there where it keeps coming out. You've seen since November, we've been scouting him. There's been links. So this is not just something that's just, we've woken up today and it's new. There's been something there. But the price, £52 million, I think that's going to scare us off. We're going to turn around and go, I don't know about that. You know what I'm going to say? Like £52 million. For who? If you don't know this geezer, let me know. I don't know him. And like I said, I watched the one comp where they said he locked up Yamal and he just looks okay. He doesn't look nothing crazy. This is the comp here, by the way. You understand? He completely locked down Yamal when Frankfurt played Barcelona. Bro, he's doubled up on Yamal. Yamal's been doubled up on a lot. It wasn't like nothing special. Like, look, like, what's that? You're doubling up on someone, like. But I don't know. You lot might go and see it and say, yeah, he's special or not. But that just shows, innit? All the reports have come out about a left back. We don't trust Luke Shaw. And then we're linked with this geezer today, 3 hours ago, literally. So, boy, it is where it is, man. We'll see what happens, innit? If anything else comes from it. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. I'm going to get these comments in a minute. I'm going to run through this next story. And then I'll get straight into the comments. So look at this. Alex Crooks came out and he said, Man United are sticking to their decision to not extend Casemiro's contract. Because people are thinking people think they're emotional like us. We will watch Casemiro. 1 more year, go mad. And they've already made the decision. He's come out and done a club statement, basically. Yeah, he's done his whole video. I'm leaving this year. If he goes back on that, it makes them look so like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work like that. It'll make them be reactionary. Like they've made a mistake. So Casemiro's going regardless. The club is targeting Premier League proven midfielders, replacements, Baleba, Wharton, Tonali, Alex Scott, Elliot Anderson. Though a move to City looks more likely. Bruv, I've been telling you like this for the longest. Anderson is going to City. Every single report that puts us and Anderson together always put something to let us know he's going to City. Every single one. United prefer players proven in the Premier League, of course, who can hit the ground running, potentially signing two, such as a big move for Baleba or Tonali, plus depth like Scott. I don't know why he keeps putting Alex Scott in there. I don't know why, bro. I watched him the other day. He looked okay. I think they played Burnley or something. I can't remember who they played. He looked okay, the Alex Scott guy, but bro, we're getting linked to ballers left, right, and centre, brother. Like, I've never heard your name in them conversations. You know what I'm saying? He just looks like another Mason Mount that runs around. He's got a 1-2 skill in him, but he's nothing special. That man's going to sit here and put him in there. And even if when you look at that, Tonali, Baleba, Wharton, Anderson, and you got Alex Scott, are we being serious here? What's really going on here? I don't know. He might have paid him for that one there or whatever. And then he just talks about Casemiro. He should be going to the MLS or Saudi. But yeah, man, that's obviously our targets. We all know that. We've got the bomber today about Baleba. We've made contact with him. So that's definitely going on. Wharton and Anderson, they both said they want Champions League football. There's all these talks that Anderson's more or less done to City. Wharton, we don't know what's going on with him. Is he going to come to us? Is he going to go to Liverpool? And then we got Tonali, sorry. I've got some talks about Tonali. I'm going to show you that in a minute. He's open to coming to Man United as well. And then Alex Scott, I don't know where this keeps coming from, but he just keeps throwing that in there. I don't know why. Literally. So we'll see what happens, man. Let me know who you lot think we'll get out of them. Obviously, there was the debate. There was that thing that came out the other day that said, who did it say? It said Baleba, Tonali, who would you prefer, etc. Where is it? It's Baleba, Tonali. There it is. So look, this came out literally yesterday that Elliot Anderson is top of the list. Baleba, Tyler Adams, Wharton, João Gomez, Tonali, and Metra. So all of them have got their own little, all the different journalists have got their own little name that they throw in at the end. You had Ben Jacobs throwing in Ndidi as a secret midfielder. You got Alex Crop throwing in Alex Scott. You had, what's his name? The guy from the Daily Mail. He keeps throwing in Tyler Adams. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they're all weird. Look, Nathan Salt, he's from the Daily Mail. Yeah, Tyler Adams. So some of them are doing weird stuff. Like, they're just all throwing in their own little names in there for some reason. But cool, Bayern Munich, they're looking at Anderson as well. All those players are obviously younger and faster than Casemiro, but none of them are a goal threat like Casemiro. So it's going to be hard to replace him. And everyone's basically saying, which two would you go for? I reckon Anderson goes to City. So I reckon it can only be Baleba and Tonali. That's what I reckon. It's just Tonali. You know Newcastle, they're push-shows. They're going to come. They're going to ask for an arm and a leg. They're going to want some peas. That's the only thing that I'm looking at it and I'm saying, oh, it's going to be a bit mad. Because Newcastle, they hate us. They got this beef with us. Who's that team we call United? Because they were called United first. They're onto us differently. So I can't see United doing us any sort of favours. I think they're going to come out here and they're going to ask for an arm and a leg, literally. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it can only be Tonali and Baleba. It can only be them two, literally. And that is a lot. That's pace and power. Both of them have got speed. They've got all good with running around. It's just that none of them's got that in their game that will make that line-breaking pass or something. You know, like Wharton. Wharton, that's in his game. Bam. Straight away, that pass. He's not even looking. He knows where it's going already. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But it is where it is, isn't it? Obviously, we'll have Manu there as well, where we can rotate and have some depth. That's what we need to do. But that's what I reckon we do. I reckon we go for Tonali and Baleba. That's the two. But you lot let me know who you lot think, of course. And this is obviously the talks on Tonali, which came out this morning. Man United are seriously working on a move for Sandro Tonali. The Italian midfielder is apparently quite open to a move to Manchester. The club have been keeping tabs on him for a long time. And that's from Michel. He is solidified. He's tier one when it comes to news. He breaks news and he's close with Vivell. He's got some links with Vivell as well. So when he comes out and says stuff, you got to take it serious. He don't talk. He just comes and speaks and then he cuts. He's one of them guys. Yeah, so Tonali's open to come in and we're seriously working for him. So, bro, I don't know what's going on. It seems like we've realized Anderson's a myth. We've changed our targets and we're saying, you know what? Let's go for Tonali then. Do you know what I'm saying? But what do you think Newcastle's going to charge us? Newcastle, they're pussies. This is what I'm trying to say. They're going to charge us an arm and a leg. I think they're going to want at least 85 million. 85. And you saw what they done to Liverpool over Isaac. You lot already saw how they dealt with Liverpool. They wanted an arm and a leg. They're not going to let him go. They're letting him train away from the team, etc. Look, this report came out and said, yo, £90 million is what they want from him. £90 million for Tonali, bro. I don't think he's worth that at all. This article said £87 million, 100 million euros, 87, 90 million. Bro, I don't think he's worth £90 million. I know he's a good player. He's got a bit to him, etc. But bro, come on, man. He hasn't got the goal threat anymore, nothing like that. Let's have a look at him. Let's have a look. 25 years old. His birthday's in May. So by the time he does come in, he'll be 26 if he does. 2 assists in the Premier League in 29 games. We're not judging him off goals, but bro, if you're going for 90 million, you've got to have a little bit more than just running around and tackling people. That's how I look at it. Yeah, he's hit and miss in the last 10 games. He's had an excellent game against Villa, excellent game against Qarabag, good game against us, Everton, Brentford. But I don't know, man. I think 90 million is too much, man. That's just me personally, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, he scored 2 goals against Villa in the cup, scored against Qarabag, got assist against Everton, got an assist against Man City. But apart from that, he's just obviously mostly defense. That's his thing, innit? So it is what it is, defensive contributions. We'll see, man. We'll see. But 90 million is too much, man. I think they're taking us to the cleaners there. That's crazy, man. Yeah, cool. Let me get a few of these comments and then we'll get into the news. But yeah, yes, Baleba. Let me leave it on Baleba. People might think I'm doing some clickbait or something. We have made contacts with him. Fresh contacts from last month. So we're still in there for him. We're not hearing that. We don't care about all of that. He's been playing whack this season. We're in for him still. Let me get a few of these comments, my people. Smash the likes if you haven't already, man. Come on, man. Don't drink that haterade, man. Yeah? I need to know this. Bro, I don't want to get into that. That's a farce and it's embarrassed African football. I'm African myself. I love AFCON. You know what I'm saying? I want my country to win Congo. We never won. But, bro, for you to come out here 2-3 months later and say it's Morocco's trophy, some sort of money has gone through. But Morocco wouldn't even accept it. I can't see a Morocco fan saying, yeah, we won. Like, that doesn't make sense, bro. And they missed the penalty. So you missed the penalty, put in an appeal, and then you turned around and, yeah, we've accepted it. We're the champions now. Come on, bro. What type of... It's just like when people say about Man City, like, they're going to strip their titles and give it to us. Like, when we finish second. We're not going to sit there and go, yeah, we finished second. We won it that year, 5 years ago. We're not going to care like that, bro. Let's be real. Like, it's not really the best way. Baleba's my favorite player. You always going about Baleba stocks. We need to sign him. United can see the vision. Hit like, everyone. Come on, man. Smash the likes, man. He was robbed. It sounds like, to me, football is becoming more and more disaster. African football's a farce, man. I can't respect it. Chelsea, bro. Yeah, I had to play that video in the beginning, man. They're just a banter club right now. I thought we were the banter club. The way they're getting bantered is crazy. 60 max for Baleba. I'm with you. 60 max. I don't want nothing over 60. That's a bump. Smash the likes, my peoples. Big up yourself, John Wayne, man. I hope you're good, broski. 10% chance. Shouldn't pay a dime more than 60. Yeah. Everyone's on the same wave as 60. Baleba and Tonali. That's the two that I think we go for. Don't remember us about Nana, please. I will never... Don't remind us about Nana. Yeah. Baleba, please. I'm Moroccan. Feel like the ultimate villain. People dead ass cussing me for being Moroccan. Like, bro, I just feel like it's not the Moroccan fans, like people that are Moroccan are calm. Do you get it? But what I'm saying is, bro, like you can't even, why would you even put in anything of that? You know, like the Moroccan Federation, for them to actually even complain, that is crazy. Why would you complain? You missed the penalty, went to extra time, they beat you, it's done. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. And obviously you being Moroccan as well, you could tell us. You're not really going to sit there and go, yes, we're the champions now. It's just like, oh, is it? I hear that. You know what I'm going to say? Like, it's not really, it's nothing. All right, Sam, big up yourself, man. Smash the likes, my people, man. You don't know we're here every day, man. Come on, man. Let's get it. So it's called the rules. You leave the pitch, you forfeit. Morocco. Yeah, that was mad, man. I can't lie. You lot are going at it over there. Same thing did happen to Dembele at Barcelona, waiting PSG. Go get him now. Oh, what are you talking about? He was basically... He was always on the hospital bed. You're talking about the medical team, innit, with Camavinga. Because we've seen Camavinga's injury record. It is crazy, and then you can move. Even Mazraoui was getting injured a lot at Bayern Munich. And then he's come to us, and he's been kind of a rat. I know what you're saying, but it is a risk. But 45 million, like I said, if he's the third midfielder, I don't mind. But man can't go get him as our first midfielder and believe in him and just think that. That's a bit crazy still. All right, one of them, I'm not responding to you. Broadcast Barca, Brocolona, that's what I call them. They voted last week, so they already got a new president, and it's the same dude. Yeah. I saw it. Laporte, yeah. the same guy that won it again. I think it's time to separate with Rashford, the good for both sides. Bro, I reckon he 100% goes, but we're just not having it. We're just not going to sit there and be a pushover and be like, just because Rashford's got 1 year left, bro, we made a deal. The deal was you pay us 30 million euros and then we'll leave it. He can go to you lot. They're trying to get the money down now. It's just crazy, man. Big up yourself, Kai. I hope you're good, broski. I would only take Hall currently. Big up AP, man. Hope you're straight. Anderson and Tonali would be great. I reckon Anderson goes to City. That's why I'm not even talking about him. I go for Wharton and Gomez, maybe Stiller. Anderson and Tonali. If we can get Tonali, then Baleba. Sully has confirmed we're in talks for Baleba last month. Right here, bro. Look at that. Man United. You get me? He's just confirmed it, man. 70 million, 80 million, but United tax add another 300 million. It's crazy. Yeah, Tonali. Why are we signing too much AFCON players? Because AFCON's going to be in the summertime now. There's no more AFCON, and there's no more AFCON going on the same time as the league. It's not going to happen anymore. It's going to be in summertime. They're actually going to respect it now, apparently. So that's what's going to happen. That's why they're saying now we can go for AFCON players. They will be going with, there's no more, the tournament will start there no more. Get Lewis and Tonali, sure. But bro, you lot are saying it like not going to want 80 million or something for Lewis Hall. Newcastle hate us. They hate us. Who's that? This team that we call United. They're going to want 80 million for Lewis Hall and they're going to want 80 million for, they're already saying they want 90 million for Tonali. 90 million for Tonali. They're going to want 80 million or something like that for Lewis Hall. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let's get into some manager situation now. So look at this. You got man getting gassed. I'm alive. Look, this is Luis Enrique, yeah? So there's some talk that's come out about Luis Enrique, that he's very high on Man United's permanent head coach. However, there's no proof whatsoever that he's unhappy where he is. He's built up his team. He might go and win the league again with PSG. There's nothing that's out there that is saying this geezer wants to leave PSG. Nothing. Not one report has come out. There was that fake indicator one like 2 months ago. I ended up blocking him. That was saying that, he's not going to sign a deal and rare. Bro, there's nothing saying that he's unhappy. He's getting every player he wants. They spend money there. He's built up his team. And people are looking like PSG is not a big team. Like, it's a big team. Obviously, if he wants to come to the Prem and prove it on the main stage and get all the accolades, etc., because everyone knows it's a farmers league that you're going to win every year. It's just about if you win Champions League. That's the only time you get praised. Any manager can go to PSG and win 7 league titles. No one ain't really going to rate you if you're winning the Farmers League. But if you come out of there or you win the Champions League, that's where you get your ratings. Only this year, when he's won the Champions League, everyone's rating him. Before that, you can win the thing league, then the Liga. It's calm. So only if he wants to risk it and say, you know what, I'm going to go over there and yeah, I'm going to do it on the main stage. Manchester United, the whole world can watch the hardest league. I'm going to do it there. That's the only time I think he'll get all of his credentials. But look at that. No final decision has been made yet on the permanent manager. Luis Enrique remains high on the list, but doubts over leaving PSG. Glasner not viewed as a top target. De Zerbi seen as a genuine contender. The new appointment must fit Ineos' structure and clearly operate as a head coach, not a manager. And something that Ruben Amorim's down for, of course. He tried to be the manager and all of that. As it stands, Carrick is the front runner, but nothing has been agreed or signed. He's only the front runner because there's no one else. Let's be real. There's no one else that's a suitable... If Tuchel was there right now, maybe Ancelotti, even Enrique was available right now, he will probably be... Carrick won't be the front runner. But you've got to remember as well, in the summertime, how much managers are going to be... Teams are going to want managers. We want a manager. Tottenham's going to want a manager. They'll be able to attract one if they're not in the Championship. Real Madrid might want a manager. Remember, they got Arbeloa doing a job for now. They might not say you're our permanent. They might go out there and get someone serious. So Real Madrid might want a manager. Do you know what I'm going to say? Liverpool might want a manager. Slot is definitely gone. If they keep him, thank God. But I reckon they definitely get rid of him. He gets binned off. He probably loses tonight, and then he gets binned off in the summer. So it is what it is. When you go through the list, Luis Enrique is obviously the best option. That will spook the whole league. If we got Luis Enrique, the whole league will be spooked out. They'll say, oh my God, they're back. The way we're recruiting is mad. And then we got someone like Luis Enrique, mental. But I don't think he leaves Paris, bro. He's built up his team, especially if he goes on to win the Champions League again with this team. He's going to say, yeah, I'm lit. I'm cool. I don't need to go nowhere. Glasner is a myth. Glasner killed himself in the press conferences. Yeah, he killed himself. Tried to get himself sacked the same way Amrin did. Started speaking out against the board. Guys left 6 hours before a game and all of that stuff. And boom, boom, boom. You've just gave us PTSD of what Amrin was on. You're on the same pelt. So when it starts getting hard, you're going to come out here and throw us under the bus. We're going to have to sack you, pay you 10 million or whatever so you can walk and chill at your yard. We're not going to go for Glasner. And on top of that as well, you're not going to call a chef to say, yo, bro, I see what you're cooking in that shop there. I see how you cook your fish or whatever. I'm gonna buy you out of that shop or whatever. Come to my shop and cook chicken. You're not going to do that. You're going to say, bruv, you cook the fish the best. Come here and cook that same fish. He plays a free at the back, Glasner. You're not going to tell him, come to Man United, but bro, we saw you win the Community Shield. We saw you win the FA Cup with a free at the back. Now come to Man United, but play a 4 at the back because we can't handle 3 at the back. So Glasner was already a myth. From the time all that 3 at the back stuff was going crazy with Amrin, and then we've got a 4 at the back now and everyone's doing well, it's a myth. We won't even go for someone that has got, obviously he can switch it up and play different formations, but you've got all your success with a 3 at the back. So why are we going to say now? You've got your success with 3 at the back, but we want you to come here and play a 4. It's not going to make no sense. De Zerbi, walk-in time bomb, literally. You just don't know when he's going to explode. He's one of them guys. He can come in, a whole year is fine. He's doing well. He's cool with the crowd. He's running and celebrating with the crowd. And one day you wake up, De Zerbi's been sacked because he had an argument with Sir Jim. Like, you just don't know. And you could just see it. You could just see De Zerbi waking up in the morning and having an argument over something. He's one of them madmen there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I can't see De Zerbi coming in. And obviously De Zerbi, there's talks about him and Spurs. If Poch don't go, and I think Poch is the front runner. If Poch don't go, then it will be probably De Zerbi that goes there. So I think De Zerbi's on the list. Carrick is like the front runner for now, but De Zerbi's on the list, of course. But I don't think we go for De Zerbi. He just seems like a madman. And he's like, he suits like a Chelsea. De Zerbi suits like a Chelsea, where they all get sent off, they all spaz out, they all do mad stuff, they sent. He's a man that will go there and just do the same shit as a manager and back them all the way. So we'll see what happens, man. But PSG, Luis Enrique is high on our list. That's good to see that they're even planning around managers like that. But obviously, Luis Enrique, I can't see him leaving. So it is what it is. Carrick's gave a little update. Remember, we played Bournemouth on Friday. So 2 days from now, we play Bournemouth, and then we don't play again. Obviously, it's international break after the weekend. So we ain't going to play again for about, I don't even know. I think it's 20 days or something like that. I don't even know. Let me have a look. But this is the little update. Martinez is still out. He could return after the international break. Man said could. Not even he should return. He could. Mazarawi's been ill but expected back for Bournemouth. So he's ill today because he didn't train. They never saw him training. But obviously he should be back. He should be on the bus for the Bournemouth game. De Ligt and Patrick Dorgu are still out. And that's what Carrick has come out and said. So I don't know, man. These guys, it seems that we have to go in for a centre-back. We've been linked to Murillo and all of these guys because obviously, as you can see, we can't rely on our centre-backs. Maguire, every time we play 2 games in 3 days, he starts moving like he's got a hamstring injury. Luke Shaw, a lot of these guys can't handle it. Martinez, he's getting injured every other month now. De Ligt, this back injury, how long is it for? Apparently he's out for the whole season now. Bro, it's crazy, man. It is what it is. I wouldn't expect Mason Mount to be sold. Carrick likes him a lot, and he's a coach's dream. Apparently he was on form. And yeah, basically, until we got injured, he can't see him getting sold. But remember, there's been talks about Mason Mount going to Fulham and all of that. Fulham want to buy him. Remember, Fulham, they don't care about all of that. They come true and they will get a player that is injury prone. They went out there and got Smith Rowe, who was injury prone. They went out there and got Oscar Bob, where he had the maddest injury. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't care about all of that. So there was talks, look at this, 30 million. So I don't know. I don't think it's up to Carrick anyway. So remember, Carrick ain't the manager yet. So putting out them reports anyway, straight away to say, Carrick, I don't think he gets sold because Carrick likes him. Say Carrick ain't the manager next season. Who's to say that Carrick's going to be the manager? Like, it doesn't even make any sense. So it is where it is. But there's talks that he was going to get sold. So we'll see what happens. Bruno Fernandes, he's 1 player of the week. I think he's won it the most times. Look at that, though. The Man United captain received a season-high number of votes. Season-high number of votes. This guy's broke the record for votes. This is crazy. This is when you know Man United fans come together for real. It's crazy, bro. But yeah, big up the boy Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, he's done his thing. And he's got, I thought they was going to give it to Max Dowman on a sympathy thing. He's 16. They're going to gas off him. You know how this thing goes. But they've come and done the right thing. I think he's got the most Player of the Week awards as well. I don't think anyone has got more than him, which is just showing that he's dilly. Big up the boy Bruno Fernandes, man. He's dope, man. That's obviously the report that came out earlier that just told us that Mazraoui wasn't there. And then obviously Carrick's come out himself and said, yeah, Mazraoui wasn't training, but he's gonna go to Bournemouth. So don't worry about him. He's due to be all right, etc. This is some more talks about Elliot Anderson. He remains one of our main targets, but of course, City seem like they're the front runners. And every report that's come out from December has basically said that City are the front runners. So I think it's a myth anyway. I think it's dumb. It is where it is. This new stadium, man, everyone's saying that it was PR. That's what it seemed like it was, man. It was PR. Because now, look, they're talking about the same shit that we've been dealing with. It's been a whole year and nothing ain't happened. Man United's $2 billion stadium announced in March 2025 has made no construction progress 1 year on. And the 2030 target looks unrealistic. The main delay is the rail site behind the Stretford end, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, we think it's only worth 40 million. They're saying it's worth 500 million or something stupid. Bro, this is PR, bro. They just throw it out there whenever something was going wrong and nothing ain't happened overall in a year. That's what it seems like. Everyone's kind of realizing now. Like, okay, so that's what was going on then. It was just some PR thing. That's exactly what's going on. So you can't trust these guys as far as you can throw them. Remember, things were very bad when they had to do all that stadium stuff. Things were bad. We're losing every week. March 2025, remember that. We're band for band with Spurs, not in a relegation zone, but we're trash. We're losing all the time. We're still in the Europa. That's the only thing that's keeping our hopes up. They're putting out the stadium talks, and now a year on, still nothing. So you can tell what they're on. You can only trust them as far as you can throw them Ineos guys, man. So it is what it is. Look at the boy Lamens, man. I'm getting tired of saying the stats for Bruno Fernandes, for Lamens, all of these guys. Lamens has prevented more goals than any other goalkeeper in the Premier League this season. Lamens has prevented more goals than any other goalkeeper in the Premier League this season. And people are trying to argue with me over Lamens or Martinez. And I was telling people, bro, trust me, go for Lamens. I can see the light already. Do you know what I'm saying? From summer when we was all sitting here. Which one should we go for? Lamens or I was saying Lamens, bro. He's prevented the most goals in the world. The boxes are all the same size. That's what I was saying. The only thing I was scared from him was, yo, when you come in the set pieces and it gets a bit rough. But I said, bruv, trust me. So look at that, man. Big up the boy Lamens, man. We got this stuff about the 4 potential goalkeepers. All might leave. Imagine that. All 4 of our goalkeepers, not including Lamens, of course, all might leave. And man ain't heard none of these guys' names in a minute. You could all forget some of them even played for us. So no. Obviously, Trabzonspor don't want him at all. He's been talking about he might want to come and fight for his place. He's got no place here. Man United want to do everything they can to sell him. Buying this geezer, I don't even know where he is. Is he warming up the bench? I don't even know if he's on the bench. I don't see his name anywhere. And that's just good to see and good to hear. You know what I'm saying? And then you got obviously my man, Tom Heaton, and you got the other guy. They all might leave. So it is where it is. I think they were going to go out there and get Vitek. This is the talk. That Vitek, as you can see, United consider Radek Vitek to have genuine future, first team potential. They could add him to the senior squad next season. So basically, bring someone that can battle it out with Lamens. You don't go out there and get someone that Lamens can look down. Lamens is the guy. You already know he's the guy. So you go and get someone on the same range as him that can battle it out with him and then let them do what they got to do. So Vitek's at Bristol City at this moment. People are rating him. I ain't seen him properly like that to glaze him or say, yeah, he's the guy. But a lot of people are saying he's good. He's good as well. He's at Bristol City. So we'll see if anything happens, if he comes true. But it's a cheaper way for them to basically say, we're not going to spend on the goalkeeper department this season. It's easier. Get Vitek back from loan. You just be the number 2, Carabao Cup, maybe a FA Cup. And then the next season after that, if Vitek ain't good enough, you can go and really revisit it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So we'll see. Man United's pre-season tour this summer is increasingly likely to include emerging young talents such as JJ Gabriel. So this young boy, everyone knows him. They're calling him a generational talent. They're saying that he's on the same levels as Max Dowman and Rio and Goma, etc. Everyone's talking about him. Fabrizio came out here a few days ago. Look at this, March the 16th, and said, yo, Man United are absolutely buzzing with JJ Gabriel. He's seen by the club as the next best thing in football, on similar level as Max Dowman. United consider him a big part of the future. And Mbumo saying he's really good, he's something special. He trained with the first team a lot of times. Look at this. This was in February 2020, February 26, not 2020, February. Look at that. He's 15 years old, bro, playing with the under 18s. 15 years old. Under 18s Premier League top scorer, JJ Gabriel. I don't know what it is now. Maybe he's not the leading goal scorer anymore. I don't know. But on February 26, I keep thinking that's the year, February 2026. Of course, it's 2026. But February 26, he was the leading goal scorer, and he's only 15 years old. This is what we're dealing with. And we couldn't give him his debut this season because we crashed out the FA Cup too quick. And obviously, the league, he was too young. You know what I'm saying? He's 15 years old. So next season, he'll be able to get his debut, of course. Hopefully, we're in a better place where we can give him his debut. Do you know what I'm trying to say? What we believe, look at that. He's a generational talent who could become a real Manchester United global superstar. United keen to give him a taste of the big time as Sir Alex Ferguson did with Ryan Giggs in the early days of his career. So he's going to be there in pre-season, and we'll be able to watch him ourselves and see, what's he really like against big men? Because if he's 15 doing it against 18-year-olds, can he do it against older people? Does he need a bit of time? Does he need to chill out? Do we need to relax with him? Because you see how they're calling him already, generational talent. They're on a different team. It's nothing but respect, and they rate him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So we'll see what happens, man. But big up the boy JJ Gabriel, man. It's good to have one of them at least that you can see he's got potential. Because we've been gassing up our young boys for ages. Everyone's been gassing them up. I've heard so much of our young boys, and they've turned out to be nobody. It is what it is. Man United are doing everything they can to keep Bruno at Old Trafford. There's talks about us offering him a new contract. That new contract might end up being a mad money. I'm talking about 400K or something like that. But bro, it's what you got. He's either going to do, he's going to get his last contract. Do you know what I'm saying? This is going to be his last contract. You got Salah on 400K, Haaland's on 500K, Van Dijk's on 400K. You've got to keep your best players one way or another. So there's a lot of talks about Bruno Fernandes getting on a mad contract. He's player of the year, etc. This is what it is. What came out. Bruno Fernandes will not seek assurance about Man United's summer signings before deciding his future. Co-owner Sir Jim and other senior figures are desperate to keep Fernandes and want him to extend his deal. The club has made their feelings clear to Bruno, with United willing to hand him a new improved contract worth up to 400K. And you got to remember, if you just do the maths of that, he's already on 300K. But if you do the maths, Rashford's on 300K. Casemiro's on 300K. Sancho's basically on 300K for playing Champions League. That's 900K, just them three players alone. So they're all going to be gone. So that's off the wage books. You give him 100K more and you go and sign your Balebas and whatnot, you still at a profit anyway. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because the Balebas are not coming in. They're only going to be on 115 or something like that. So it's not even like that 400K is going to be anything mad. You're only giving him 100 more, a quarter of Casemiro's thing, salary. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's calm. It is where it is. But Bruno has to stay, man. A lot of people wanted him to go. I fuck with Bruno. He has to stay. You can see how he's playing. He's playing out of his skin this season. He's on a different team. So big up the boy Bruno Fernandes, man. We'll see what happens, but we want him to stay as much as possible. And then we've got this, Casemiro. People keep talking about Declan Rice should get PFA over Bruno. Bro, Bruno's on a different level. You can't even chat to Casemiro. This is him and all the defensive midfielders in the league. He scored the most goals. He's made the most forward passes. Final third passes completed, fourth. Most tackles, third when it comes to interception. So you need to build up and match Casemiro first before man's even talking about Bruno Fernandes. You need to talk to the soldiers before you get to the big man. You know what I'm saying? They need to wake up, bro, because he's out here doing loads. You know what I'm trying to say? So Bruno Fernandes, exactly. You man know what's going on. Bruno Fernandes. This is what their big man said. Hornery, they're big dog. They're, you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, man, that's the situation, my peoples, man. I'm gonna run through a bit of it so that whoever's just coming to chat can know exactly what's going on. So Carlos Baleba, we've made contacts with his agents. We still want him. We're still happy going for Baleba. We're not put off, but I'm saying 60 million, calm. I don't want to go for anything over 70. It is where it is. We're linked with this Nathaniel Brown guy. We want a left back. Luke Shaw's not cutting it. We don't trust him to play 3-4 games a week, especially if we get Champions League, etc. So we're linked with him. Bruno Fernandes is one player of the week. He's won it the most times as well. I think he's won it like 5 times now. It's crazy. Enrique's high on Man United's list. We really want him. Really, really want him. But we can't. He's not showing anything that he wants to leave, basically. Yeah? And this is everyone else on the list. De Zerbi's a contender. Glasner's not viewed as anyone. Carrick, right this moment, is the front runner. There's no one else on top of Carrick. And then we got Camavinga. There's links to him. We've been linked with him for a minute now. Obviously, we wanted him before he went to Real Madrid. He's only going to be around 40 million, 50 million euros. It's a market opportunity, but he's got a bad injury record. So we don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. Like I said, Luke Shaw, they're not really convinced with him that he can play every 3 days. He'll end up getting injured. So we're looking at other left backs, etc. So we'll see what happens, my peoples, man. Obviously, Tonali, he's seeming like Michel's very, very reliable. And he came out today and said Tonali to Man United is on. Man United are seriously working on a move for Tonali. And the Italian midfielder is open to the move. And he is reliable. When he speaks, you listen. You know what I'm saying? Man United have stepped up their talks for Tonali. Elliot Anderson remains preferred option, but favours Man City. Wharton is also in the consideration. Tonali has surged up United, but Newcastle value him over 100 million. Because it's Man United, bro. This is what they do. Because it's Man United, we want 100 million. We don't even want to sell to you lot. So if we're going to sell to you lot, you better bring 100 million over here before we can even answer the phone. So this is what they're on. So that's the situation with Tonali. But we're keeping a lot of tabs on him. We want to sell all 4 of our keepers, apart from Lamans. We want to get rid of all of them. Heaton, he might leave. Dermot, me, set to be released. Buying there, we want to get a little money and let go of him. And Onana, it's just Onana. I don't even have to give you that explanation. You just know he has to bounce, regardless. So that's all the news, my people. And I'll be here about just after the Champions League games, about 10 o'clock, with a 10-minute update. So make sure you got your notifications on. Everything that's came out now and from now all the way to 9 o'clock. Whatever comes out will be in that news, but it'll be only in 10 minutes. So it'll be a quick video. So make sure you're ready for that. Smash the likes, my people, man. Subscribe. Love my peoples.
Someone celebs, pull up loco. You know we are next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it out, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.